Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Unlock Law Online English. In today's video, we will be discussing about the question whether homemaker wife who toils for family is entitled to equal share in assets purchased by her husband. To understand answer to this question, let's review a recent judgment that is passed by Madras High Court. In this case, the parties got married to each other in the year 1965 and they were blessed with three children. In 1982, plaintiff moved to Saudi Arabia, and since then his wife was managing the family back in India. Husband was majorly contributing to finances, and on this, wife had purchased both movable and immovable property in India in her name. However, the entire sale consideration and incidental expenses in all the transactions were concluded by the wife on behalf of the husband in view of his absence, with the exclusive funds provided by her husband. The husband returned to India in December 1994 and he took over the domain of suit properties. Dispute arose at that moment and it landed in court. Husband contended that his wife had led a wayward life and developed an affair with the second defendant and misappropriated the property that is earned by him. Wife contested, stating that her father had given her a site measuring 2 acres and 11 cents, which she sold to facilitate him to move to Saudi Arabia, and in return to this, her husband assured to purchase other property in her name. She also did engage in tailoring, tuitions, and political activities. She educated and got the children married in a decent manner. Further, she invested the money and made returns out of the same, which she further invested in immovable properties. Husband moved back to India and asked her to dispose the properties. When she refused, she was moved out of the home. Respondent 2 gave her shelter and he is also a distinct relative. She confirms that he is of the same age as that of her son. Five items were discussed in the said case, where four are immovable properties and one is movable property, that is gold jewelries. Initially, husband filed a present original suit before the district municipal court at Chidambaram for permanent injunction against the defendants therein. The trial court decreed the suit in favor of the husband, stating that all the suit property belonged to the husband and he is the true owner and is entitled to his title in the suit properties. Whereas the lower appellant court partly allowed the appeal and hence modified the judgment and decree passed by the trial court. It stated that item number 3, 4, and 5 belong to that of wife and she is the owner of the properties. This was questioned by the parties in the Madras High Court. The Madras High Court opined that the first defendant, that is, the wife, stayed at home by obligating the words of her husband, by which one way she had lost her income, and in other way, merely by staying at home, it cannot be said that the wife was not contributing anything towards the saving of her husband. For taking care of the children and family, it is nothing like 8 hours job what husband was doing abroad, but it is a 24 hours job. The first defendant, being a wife, had physically and mentally contributed to the family for 24 hours. However, the husband, out of his 8 hours job at abroad, had financially contributed to the family and had sent the money out of his savings from which they had purchased the property. The said savings were done because of the 24 hours effort put by the wife for the family, whereby she had made her husband to save money without contributing much towards the housemaid, etc., and for payment of money towards other job. In generality of marriages, the wife bears and rears children and minds the home. She thereby frees her husband for his economic activities. Since it is her performance of her function which enables the husband to perform his, she is in justice entitled to the share in its fruits. A wife, being a homemaker, perform multitask, that is, a manager with managerial skills, planning, organizing, budgeting, running errands, etc., as a chef with culinary skills, preparing food items, designing menus, and managing kitchen inventory, as a home doctor with healthcare skills, taking precautions and giving homemade medicines to the members of the family. As a home economist with financial skills, planning, home budget, spending and saving, etc. Therefore, by performing these skills, a wife makes the home a comfortable environment and her contribution towards the family. And certainly, it is not a valueless job, but it is a job doing for 24 hours without holidays, which cannot be less equated with that of the job of an earning husband who works only for 8 hours. In the present case, if the wife was not there, certainly the plaintiff, that is a husband, would not have gone abroad and earned all the money. Wife rendered her continuous services for 24 hours to the family by maintaining the children, preparing food, taking them to the school, looking after their needs, and taking care of their health, household chores, etc., which cannot be weighed lower than earning money by the husband in abroad. Therefore, the common intention of the couple is that the husband and wife was to coordinate with each other and to strive hard to the benefit of the family. And even if any property purchased in the name of the husband or wife alone, ultimately it can be held that both are entitled to equal share as far as in the present facts of the case, keeping in mind the earning of the husband, since the same was purchased by both their contribution, one by earning money and another one by serving or looking after the family as stated above. Without contribution of the wife to the family, the husband would have engaged servants or maids that also in three shifts at 8 hours each per day, and might have spent huge money from his earnings for them. Certainly, he would have saved less money, which would not have been sufficient to purchase the properties or not saved anything. Though the property purchased in the name of the wife, she alone cannot claim exclusive right over the properties merely because the title deed is in her name, since the documentary evidence would establish that the wife purchased the properties out of the direct financial contribution of the husband also. Likewise, the husband also cannot claim the absolute right merely on basis that he has sent the money to purchase the properties and wife is only holding the property in trust as ostensible title owner over the properties in fiduciary capacity. Since item number 1, 2, and 4 have been purchased from and out of joint contribution of spouses, that is, husband by earning and wife by directly by way of her invaluable services as homemaker, whereby reducing the expenses of her husband, which led her husband save more. And this way, the wife had contributed indirectly to purchase of the property item number 1, 2, and 4, and hence both are entitled to equal share in the properties. With respect to item number 3, this property was purchased in the name of the wife by pledging her jewels. It should be considered that the wife alone is the owner of the property and not a limited owner. Merely husband helped her for redeeming the jewels would no way create a right in his favor over the property. Therefore, this property belongs to the wife alone. Item number 5, the schedule mentioned properties pertaining to the movable properties, that is gold biscuits, saris, etc. These were gifts made by husband and therefore once he presented the gifts, he is not entitled to claim it back though he purchased it out of his own earnings. Therefore, this court is of the view that the item number 5, the schedule mentioned property, belonged to the first dependent, that is wife. This was upheld by Madras High Court in Kannan Naidu and others versus Kamsala Amal and others in SA number 59 of 2016. I hope this video was informative, and if you have any question, please feel free to reach out to the WhatsApp number provided in the screen, or you can even comment below this video. Please do share this informative and landmark judgment with your friends and let us know what they have to say. Thank you for watching.